Welcome back. This is Communication 201. In 101, we talked about our mindset and having passion and excitement when we talk to people so that they get the best experience out of the conversation, keeping it personal and like a conversation so that it doesn't feel salesy, and laying out how to get information and how to relate products back to their goals. Right? So in this session of communication, we're going to talk about how to set expectations to keep your customer around for longevity, how to keep them successful on Plexus. Because I'm going to be really honest with you, getting a customer really is only half the battle. Keeping them around is where it gets a little tough. So the more we can help them understand Plexus and really lay out those expectations, the longer they're going to be able to stick with this. So I have some rules that I always give. I don't necessarily lay them out as rules, but these are things that I make sure that I lay out in conversation before anyone even purchases Plexus. So rule number one, right? You got your notebook, right? Rule number one, water drinking. It is necessary to drink half your body weight in ounces of water when taking Plexus. People are spending money on these products and we want them to work their most efficient. And without drinking the water, they will not get the results they are wanting. So some people will give you pushback on this and you just say, it's okay, we can do it. You want to reach your goals? We will get you there. I can help you with reminders in your phone. We can start small, but you're going to drink the water because we're looking for a healthy lifestyle here, and water drinking is part of that. The second rule is patience. And this is a big one. And we've got a lot of things under this umbrella of patience. The first thing is that it's going to take, I want people to, before they even purchase, I tell them they're going to want to do this for at least 3 to 4 months before they really decide if Plexus is for them. And I'm a why kid. I help them understand why. So the first month they take Plexus, they're not even going to be on full doses of the products. The second and third month, you're going through that detox and that die-off and you're cleaning out the body. Okay, and that's essential. We'll get to that. That's one of the rules. It's essential to get to the good part, right? Month 4 is when your body's actually starting to balance and you're going to feel what you're actually going to feel like on Plexus. And then it just starts to get better and better for there. So patience is really incredibly important. The other thing is that I always tell people to stay off the scale. People will be impatient with weight loss, but our bodies don't gain weight in 3 to 4 months. It happens over time. We don't create bad health habits in 3 to 4 months. So it's really important to stay off the scale, because what's going to happen is we look at weight loss a lot differently. That scale doesn't know what it's measuring, right? So we look for fat loss, not weight loss. Fat doesn't weigh as much as the other things in your body. So what happens is people start this new healthier lifestyle. They start drinking all the water that we just told them they need to drink. Their body has probably been dehydrated before that, and it's going to soak up water. Well, when you soak up water, you retain water, and that number on a scale goes up, right? So we want to get them in the mindset to stay away from the scale and to take measurements, not consume themselves with a number on a scale. It will mess with their mindset, and it's not what we're about anyway. We're looking for fat loss and losing inches. So patience is really, really important. Also help them to understand, and this is the next rule, Plexus is a tool, okay? It is a lifestyle change, and they will get to their goals faster if they don't rely on Plexus to get them there, but they can make healthy habits and healthy changes along the way. Right? So we want people to be drinking the water, but we want people, when they start not feeling the sweet cravings anymore, to not eat sweets. And we want people to, when they're not as hungry, concentrate on portion control. And when they have that energy, we want them doing something with their Plexus energy. Nutrition and better eating habits and better sleep habits and moving around more are all going to help them get to their goals faster. So I always say Plexus is a tool. There are other things that we can be doing to help you get to your goals faster, because that's where we want to get you, and that's what's most important. So make sure they understand Plexus is a lifestyle change, not something we rely on to do all the work for us. That's really, really important, because when people all of a sudden start telling you down the line that they don't feel anything, we're going to go back to their goals and the patience and the lifestyle change. So the next thing that I always make sure that people understand is die-off and detox will happen. and it's a good thing. So the metaphor analogy I always use is your body's like a closet. We have these closets, and when we go to clean out our closet, we have to pull all the junk out first, right? And we create 5 times more mess in the cleaning out process. And then we start to put things back all nice and pretty, and things get all neat and clean again. Our bodies are the same way. So detox and die-off, definitely prepare your people for it. Help them understand that things might get a little more, I always say, uncomfortable before they get better. But that is affirmation that they felt awful in the first place, and that's what Plexus is going to help them with. We celebrate detox and die-off. Get them in the right mindset for that. It's a good thing. You cannot get to the sunshines and rainbows if you don't go through the storm. So help them calm their nerves, ask them any questions, send them some articles on die-off and detox if you have to. And I will help educate you on those things. Again, this is why three-way chats are so important. But help them really understand what their body's going to go through, because otherwise, a couple months from now, if they're starting to feel icky, they're going to back away because they don't understand why it's happening. So set them up for that success. Help them understand that this is a necessity to get your body where you want to go. The other thing is you have to make them accountable for their own success. Communication is the next role. It is so important. I lovingly coined the term the PPP, the Plexus Protection Program. You will at some point have people that don't message you back. And it's because something has gone wrong, or they're not liking something and they don't want to tell you. So I always, from the very start, just tell them, listen, your success on these products depends on your ability to communicate with me. At some point, you're going to feel something you're not sure about, and these products take a lot of trial and error. I'm not a mind reader. I'm going to check in on you, but I can't help you weather the storm if you don't tell me that something's going wrong. So help them understand how important their role is in this lifestyle change Plexus process before they even get started. Let them know you'll be checking in on them. Let them know that they can come to you with the good, the bad, and the ugly, and any crazy symptoms they have. It's your job to help them through. And the other thing that I always do is I ask for their commitment. Because like I said, it's really easy for people to give up on themselves. So at the end of the conversation, and we've talked about price and everything else, I will say, okay, so are you committed to this $110 for the next 3 to 4 months? Because that's how long I told you it was going to take. And if they say, I'm not so sure about that, then I say, okay, well, what kind of a budget are you comfortable with? Okay. And if they're just skeptical on the commitment of the 3 to 4 months, then we talk about that, and we talk about why again, and we go back through that. If they're worried about price, well, then I will reassess their goals, and I will say, okay, well, let's see, maybe we can do this, maybe we can do this, and we go back to that. The other thing I always do is I say, okay, well, I know that you really want this and you really need this, and I believe that this is going to work for you. Would you maybe be open to talking to a few friends and family members, and maybe we can get a few customers underneath you and help you afford your products while helping your friends and family? You'd be surprised how many people will say, okay, I can do that. Okay. And the last thing is that because commitment is so important, I always tell them how important the convenience order is. It needs to be a part of the sign-up process. It needs to be on. And if the convenience order is not on, that is a sign of unwavering commitment. So you go back to the goals, why they're so important, why the convenience order is important, because we don't want them to have a lapse in their products. The last thing we want is for somebody to be detoxing, and then all of a sudden they run out of products, and then they have to start the detox process all over again. We don't want that. That's slowing them down for their goals. So it's really important that they understand why the convenience order needs to be turned on. So those are all my rules for setting those big expectations, just to kind of get ahead of some issues that might happen. It's okay to be firm and be honest, but still be loving. You will find the balance. And again, if you're really unsure about this is why we have those three-way chats while you're so new. So that is Communication 201. Thank you.